Hey guys, and welcome to a special video. In this video I'm going to be interviewing a player that has spent a huge amount of money on video games and the things around it. This player is a friend and clanmate of mine who goes by the name of Snezz. Now we initially planned to make this video mostly about Runescape microtransactions and spending money on Runescape, but we also talk a lot about mobile games and spending money on Twitch streamers. Now I got the idea to make this video after talking to another content creator going by the name of The Lazy Peon, and with that being said, let's get into the video. So when you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Alrighty. G'day guys. The name Snezz. A lot of people know me by Sneeze, or a lot of people short name it Snezz. I've been known to spend a fortune on MTX or microtransactions, from RuneScape to Twitch to gaming in general, setups, mobile games. I've spent my fair share of money.
Okay.
I'm 22 and I'm 22 and also from a country town in Australia, New South Wales.
All right, that's a pretty expansive introduction. So you can see the question list. The first one's actually straight onto the numbers, dude. So
okay,
let's keep it at RuneScape first. How much approximately have you spent on MTX, and what type of MTX was the majority spent on, of all the types?
Okay, so just off the top of my head, in the last probably 3 years of playing RuneScape, from old school as well as RS3, mainly RS3, I've spent probably approximately about $10,000 Australian dollars.
So I think that's like 8K US, 9?
God, I have no idea.
Neither, dude. I know it's probably like 7,000 euros or something like that. It's somewhere around there.
It's a high number for a game for sure.
At least it wasn't spent on old school. Like
and where it was where it was mainly
don't rip me apart.
Where it was mainly spent on was probably keys more than bonds. A lot of it too was cosmetics as well. I've capped out on the keepsake keys and reshuffled my whole lot more times than I can think of.
Have you bought a lot of stuff from the Solomon store then? Like, have you bought every outfit, or is that just not, like, you know, the Runecoin stuff?
I haven't bought every outfit, but I've probably bought about 80% of it.
What? 80%? Okay. That's because there's a lot of junk on there.
Yeah, that's what I can buy. Things like loyalty points, I couldn't wait for that.
Yeah. So yeah, because it's capped. It's a really bad system.
It should be better, but you know, I can't complain.
You'll just get the other stuff instead. The rune
get what I can. Buy all rune coins. Rune coins are a bit weird. They're not really bang for buck. Keys, I find, are definitely bang for buck, but that's from my own personal opinion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I mean, it's a different question on the list, but like, what type of treasure hunter promotion do you spend money on for keys? Like, what's your favorite type of promotion to like say like, okay, this is a good one, I'm going to spend some money on this?
So the ones I do enjoy, there was a promotion a couple months ago for the fireworks where you could actually re-roll the fireworks. So you got the 200 mil coin drop. I abused the crap out of that. I'm not gonna lie, I abused that a lot. And there's been a few of them. There was a firework one. There was is it Shadow Gems? I think it is.
Yeah, Shadow Gems is the weird Virtus stuff, and like
and
you also had a GP prize. I'm pretty sure, like a gray gem thing.
Yeah, you had a gray gem for 50 mil or something. So I've spent probably on those, and another one too would be Rainbow's End is another one where I've probably spent a fair amount on.
Was that for the XP, because you had like a multiplier, right? And
that's the one where at times one or times up to 7, and a times 7 of what the one thing you got. So technically, if you got a times 7 on, I don't know, a huge invention lamp, you're getting 64,000 times 7 for one key.
That's an elite skill with like reduced XP as well.
Yeah,
that's
yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Invention, herb lore, really terrible skills like rune crafting or construction. Sometimes you strike lucky. I've been lucky. I think the biggest one I've gotten was 200 mil times three,
Oh my god, that
and
times
yeah,
times three, dude. Our
it
friend ain't got anything on that. He got like times one back with his series about spending keys to max. 600 mil
yeah,
lucky. Oh,
exactly, and that's kind of like a gambling system. You can tell it's like going to a slot machine basically and saying I'm gonna slap $50 in this and just hit it a few times.
mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll walk out with $1,000. Maybe I want to go home with empty pockets. You don't know.
Yeah. So that's actually.
Except I find with MTX that even if you slap that button a few times and you get small stars, small lamps, uh, like alchemist amulets, which are really terrible items, you still come back with something that you can use later on.
Yeah, true, true. Most of the things are gonna be useful at some point if you keep playing.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
that's a thing a lot of people have mentioned on Reddit, and I think that's why Jagex got taken to court. I don't know the exact details, but because MTX was so addictive, or at least the treasure hunter system, it's gambling. Like you said, it feels the same as a slot machine. Which
It does for some promotions definitely. Some not so much. Some are just give you pure EXP or bonus EXP.
yeah, like I think
Um,
the meteorite one
I
is.
don't know if I don't know if you remember, but there was an event in Lumbridge Castle where there was like 6 different holes. That was where you could play the dive rune crafting, and you could. I think there's a video of me or a screenshot of me doing rune crafting at the GE before they fixed that. You had like the
Holes.
dungeon pit. You had a herb lore pit. There was a herb lore area. I believe fire making, rune crafting, and there's two others. And there was an
Something.
event, and each one, but the one that had the least amount of was it the least amount of players using it? It got cut off, and the others got boosted up. I
Oh
think
yeah. I
that
remember.
day.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. That's not that long ago, I believe.
No, I think about nearly 6 months ago now. But
Yeah.
during that event, I spent a couple of $100, and I managed to nearly smash out 70 mil worth of dungeoneering.
So for comp, or was it just 120k? You,
It was the 120k. I hate dungeoneering more
dude,
than words can explain.
same.
And I was like, I found an event I can abuse. I'm just gonna do it. And
What?
I did. I in 3 days I smashed out I think 65 million dungeoneering EXP in that pit.
But was it because you could get like extra tokens, or was that
It
because
was the tokens as well. I
the golden
believe
ones, right? The tool thingies or whatever.
it was like a token where you could use to it boosted the amount of experience you could get for a certain usage.
Yeah.
And I think the week before there was an event that gave you like enhanced bonus EXP. I chucked that all in dungeoneering by sheer accident too. And the week after they released this event, I was like, I gotta buy a lottery ticket, and I did. Not literally buy a lottery ticket, but uh, I bought some tokens. I spent a bit of money and just stayed in the pit for like hours at a point in time.
Right. Yeah,
I
and it
think at
was
one
probably
stage I was getting, I think at one stage I was getting nearly 3 million EXP an hour.
holy crap, dude.
That
I
was
mean, at least that's so good for dungeoneering, dude. Whew.
a busted event, but for those who do dungeoneering the legitimate way, I don't think they'll be too happy about
No, I don't think so. No. There's a
that.
lot of speedrunners like that, that are like bound to dungeoneering, and they don't even like elite dungeons giving experience.
Yeah, those I think they're the OGs of money making
Selling
and was
floors.
dungeoneering. Yeah,
Selling floors, yep. Or Free Leech FC, if that still
freely
exists.
Jesse.
That's for me, the people that don't want to spend money. RSGP, I mean. But so onto the you would consider it to be addictive, right? Not just for you, but probably you could see other people seeing it as like a way to gamble their money to get something.
It's I can say it's not really gambling. It's the what I find is that when I buy some coins or buy some keys, it's the gratification. It's like an instant gratification. It's like someone just fed me a cheeseburger from Macca's, and I'm instantly satisfied. I feel happy, still hungry, but I feel satisfied.
Yeah, they should make
And
those. Sorry, I was gonna make a joke. They should make those burgers bigger. Dude. Big Macs are smaller now. Stop it, McDonald's. Stop. Just
that
it's a
is that
scam.
is true.
It's a scam, dude. The medium menu is like the same as the large. It's bull. Oh, now I'm
But I
demonetized.
demonetized. It still cost you $3 extra or something for a
Yeah.
large.
The fries aren't even big. I mean, I don't know. It's just.
But
But yeah.
I find that it's not really some events where they release like the token events where they had like a bunch what do they call it? The dragon chests, where they release the antique chest and you can get
Oh
a
yeah.
ton of tokens from antique chest.
Yeah.
I've spent a fair share on that just because I am rolling hoping to get a I think it's a god dragon chest where it has like I think it's a double something chest. It gives you 5 times the chest that you get, so you can get 5 times antique chests,
Oh
and they
right.
stack
Yeah.
too. And they stack as well, so you just keep holding them in.
For
But would I say is it addictive? To a point, it is addictive. It's not a good addiction for sure, but if you're financially able to, then mate, it's like anything. You can go out to a pub and spend $500 on a night out, not a problem.
Yeah, true. That's the thing. It's just where you would, choose to spend that money. There's people that spend way more in a shorter period of time, especially people win the lottery or whatever. They just can't handle the money and they just boom.
Yeah, or some people are smart too and put it away in a term deposit, which is like, it's an account where let's say you put 100 grand in there and it locks it away for a 10-year period and it gains interest over time.
Mm-hmm.
And you pull about with maybe $110,000 in 10 years.
Yeah, that's probably a better decision, right?
Generally. It could be, couldn't be. It really depends on your real life scenario too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's really complex. It's probably subjective to person to person thing.
Yeah, exactly. I'm just,
yeah. Sorry.
so I'm just doing a quick calculation. So, in retrospective of MTX, if you like myself and work in an office and you love coffee, you could go out. You could buy
Not
God,
tea. What the fuck? Oh
no, dude, who drinks tea? What?
What? No,
Like
no.
dirt.
What is this, dude? I'm gonna end this.
End podcast. I'm done. But
Yeah, but
in just retrospective, I have myself, Allison, and Kay. They're just people who drink coffee.
Mm-hmm.
We spend about what is it? 3 times 5, so that's $15 a day on coffee.
$15.
Times by 5 is $75 a week, which is also $3,900 a year on just coffee alone.
Sorry.
I'm not even kidding. That's minus a few days or a week or so off that due to maybe do it for 40. Like say 75 times 40. That's still $3,000 in coffee.
That's
in 40 weeks.
Conclusion: I can tell you that tea is probably like only €100 or less a year, if you use like a tea bag. So, guys, if you want to save your money, you want to get rich, just drink tea instead of coffee at the office. That being said, people go to Starbucks and it's just as expensive, if not more expensive.
Yeah, or people who buy lunch all the time. Like if you're spending $15 on a burrito and a drink, times that by different days.
Oh yeah.
It all adds up in the end.
Ka-ching,
for myself, I don't buy a lot of food. I make my own food at home, so I save money that way, but spend it elsewhere anyway. So in the end, I'm just kicking myself in the foot.
Yeah, oof, dude. So is there like a specific reason why you would? Why you spend much money in MTX? Because I know that there must be like a motive, right? Or like maybe it's an subconscious thing, but like, just in general, like not just RuneScape. Is there a reason you spend a lot of money on MTX or? Yeah.
That's a good question. So,
It's hard,
I
probably.
no, so I spend depending on the game I play. So
Mm-hmm.
if for example RuneScape, you can spend to get so far ahead in like an EXP or maxing if you want. See how much it costs you to max um using MTX
Mm-hmm.
or how much or if you want to buy bonds and you can want to buy yourself. I was like, oh cool, I've got myself now subjugation, but I just want my knock staff. You can spend your $80 if you can afford that. That's 80 Australian dollars too. You
Yeah.
can spend that $80, get I think get roughly about maybe 160 mil, give or take, depending on bond prices,
Mm-hmm.
and you can pretty much buy yourself a knock staff, and then it gets you into that next scenario.
Yeah, like further in the game, especially if you don't have anything before that, like a knock staff can make a big difference, or scythe, or whatever it may be.
Yeah, upgrading from like a from a obliteration, I believe is what it's called,
That's a tier 85 thing, yeah.
to a knock staff. That extra accuracy and damage you get will push you to like maybe enhance your racks or go start learning something like Duo 83
Mm-hmm.
or four or five man Rago with like your clannies.
Yep.
That can all help you in some way.
And if you're making, I don't know, even like $10, and it's probably like more because it's Australian dollars. Let's say 14 at McDonald's. You could afford that in a couple of hours, excluding all other costs. And in the game, it would, it depends on what you're doing. It would take you longer. So
Yeah,
it's a
exactly.
trade-off. I can
And
understand why people
it,
buy bonds, by the way. Like it's obvious.
and on the flip side of that, there's another game that I play. It's a mobile game called Rise of Empires. Terrible game, don't play it. I've been playing that game for probably about nearly 2-3 months now, and I've probably at least spent quite easily 5 grand.
See, that's huge.
But it's specifically either you either got to spend 2 or 3 years grinding that, and by then the game will either die out, no one will play it, and then you can't do anything, or you get that instant gratification of like, cool, I just spent $100, I can upgrade my castle now to castle 19. You beauty. That gets me that step further, and that's the addicting side of mobile gaming. That's why I personally don't like mobile gaming because you spend that $10 and then it's like, oh, you can spend $30 now and get this get X amount. And
It,
it's like, cool, you spend that $30, and the next
mhm.
thing you know, you spend 10, 30, 70, now up to $150 because that's what Apple.
Mhm.
So you're up to $160 worth of payments, and he's still paying because he's still got that gratification. And
It's
that's
it's
where mobile games really get people. I get the older people, so I'm not saying younger people either quit straight away because they can't afford it, or
to lose interest.
it's not up to what they want to do. It's not interesting enough.
Mhm.
It gets people probably about the older people from maybe 20, 25 onwards. A lot of the older people actually spend a fortune. One gentleman in my alliance, he he's been playing the game the same time I have. He owns a restaurant over in a resort, sorry, in Tennessee, and I reckon he spent in probably USD close to $30,000 or $40,000 easily.
Dude. Whole that's like a
But
nice car.
that's his pocket money though.
I mean, yeah,
But
like
he's also 38 years old too, so it's a big age difference between myself and him.
mhm.
16 years. There's 16 years between us. He's up to the stage of life where he's bought a house, got a nice car, got a wife, maybe, I don't know, and
In before she
and
left him because, the spend yeah.
and before the divorce. No,
Oh,
but no, at that stage, he has lived life a bit, and this is his first actual mobile game, so he is hooked
oh.
way beyond coming back.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
and due to COVID or whatnot as well, or this virus,
Mhm.
a lot of older people who are stuck at home and don't have a Xbox or a PC or even a laptop, they download these apps and they get hooked on so hard, and I see it every day.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially yeah,
People like my, and the reason why I play these mobile games too is it's something that, funny enough, that my mum and I both play.
Oh,
So
okay,
so
okay.
it's something that my mum and I can kind of. It's really weird, but it's something that we can kind of relate to. If I start talking, I talk a lot of gaming stuff at work,
Mm-hmm.
and I start talking this, and then my mum and I start having a laugh about something that happened in the game, and it's something that her and I relate to. 'Cause I don't play Animal Crossings where my mum does. My mum's
Mm-hmm.
actually a gamer too, surprisingly.
Hey, hell yeah,
Softcore,
dude.
softcore, softcore gamer, but not like a hardcore gamer. But she plays like things like Animal Crossings, like your dancing games on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
She plays all those. But this is a game that her and I can both relate to, and that's probably why it's addicting too. Because if you have family members involved, or a brother, sister, or even a friend, it's what keeps you interested in the game and keeps you staying as well. I find.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I can so agree on that. That's so true. That is very very true. Does she also spend money on like microtransactions in any game? I don't know
Yeah,
if
she
like
does. She does as well.
just not as
Probably not
much.
as much as myself, but she's getting close some days. But at the
Okay.
again, my mom's nearly 50. Yeah, 50 next year.
Mm-hmm.
She's up to the stage in her life where she can afford that.
All
She's
right.
she's worked. She's done her work. She's done a workhorse. She's she's just enjoying something that we can both enjoy. Not a healthy addiction by any means. Before we used to go to the gym before the whole lockdown,
Yeah,
and we used to go to the gym. We used to go to the gym together and just talk and just I don't know
it's kind of
have a
wholesome at the same time.
general chit chat. And since then, this is like something we can relate to in a way.
That's good
Apart,
though.
it's away from work because I work with my mum as well. So it's a way to step away from work and just talk about something that's not work related. Because sometimes you have good and bad days. And if you have a bad day, you just talk shit on a game and think, "Oh, yeah, this guy is an absolute this guy is an absolute kick in the sand,
Oh,
and this person's fucking good as gold." It's kind of like you just kind of laugh it off, and that's what's addicting to about mobile gaming as well is the social side, and you start to learn about people and where they're from. Like there's a gentleman, he lives in Espanol in Spain,
yeah.
and he told us he showed us what his version of the Aussie barbecue is, and it's called Dead Set Half a Pig on there, like slabs of meat and
Dude.
just like no veggies at all. I was like, that's probably not. That's probably a bit more than an Aussie barbecue, but that's a good shot.
You do you, you know? Oh
Exactly.
god.
And that's the addicting side of MTX. Is like you spend to try and keep up, but not become irrelevant at the same time.
Ooh, good
Just so you
point.
can keep talking to, so you keep talking to these same people that you've just absolute strangers. You have no idea who they are from a freaking what a glass,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Damn.
you just kind of you think that okay, I've just learned about this person, their lifestyle. They may have a kid, no kids, 100 kids, who knows?
But like,
And that's the kind of enjoyment I get out of that.
is it like is it so you're saying to keep up, which makes sense because in mobile games you have to spend big if you want to be, up there with.
Not spend big, but spend wisely.
Okay, yeah, but
You,
it's
you,
usually a lot, right? Because I mean, Candy Crush. If you spend $5, you're not gonna get that much further, right? I don't know.
oh, Candy
I honestly
Crush.
have no idea, but is it because of
No,
like is it bragging rights, ranks, high scores? Is there anything of that involved as well?
there's higher scores for sure.
Alliance high
There's
scores.
people who have the highest power, who's killed the most troops, or things like that. And there's a lot of people. And there's one thing I've learned with mobile gaming, is that there's someone out there who will spend 10 times more than you ever will. You can spend 500-600 bucks a week just to try and become that alpha dog. But
Mm-hmm.
some guy will join this game and just spend his house on the game.
Holy
And
crap!
there's one lady years and years ago on a mobile game called Game of War. there was a thing in the game called VIP, and it was uncapped. So there was actually no physical capital limit on how high VIP could. At one stage, she dropped, I think, nearly $250,000 just on that VIP alone, and she outdid everyone. She had to be the very best, and I'm talking about millions of people who played this game. She had to be a top dog.
Oh, dude, that's like at that point. I hope she's either extremely wealthy, or else that's just sad.
Her family owned oil rigs over in Saudi Arabia, so they're they're
Pocket
more
change, dude.
loaded than they're more loaded than I could ever, more money than I could comprehend.
Yeah, okay, that makes me
But
a
then,
little less sad because otherwise, dude, oh man,
but yeah,
250K.
just getting a bit off topic, but at the same time,
Yeah, it's relevant.
people the addicting side of mobile gaming is that people will go to desperate lengths to get that satisfaction.
Is it like a dopamine
People
rush?
people have sold houses, moved out of home, live homeless just to play this game.
That's probably the severe, like, extreme cases, but damn, I that's
It's
definitely a
a it's a
thing.
it's a very extreme case,
That's why they should have
but
like caps.
it happens all the time.
They should have caps for that reason, in my opinion. But they probably won't because
It's
money.
like it was like the game. What game was it that sold for like $600 million or something, or $6 million? It was like a planet or like a world. It was a
Uh,
PC game. I don't. I know it was something insane. Or something insane like $6 million sold inside a like inside a game itself to an actual company.
Jesus, dude. Oh, that's actually ridiculous.
Yeah, the world as we see it now, just from what I've seen, is a lot bigger than I've ever noticed. Like people buy and sell all the time,
Hmm.
from games like Conquer to like RuneScape flipping to um like people saying League of Legends, Team
Yep.
Fortress 2.
Yep.
I can't even. There's a million different things people buy and sell buy and sell for.
CS:GO stuff.
Exactly.
So yeah, mobile
Do you want
games,
to?
huge amount of money. There's the social aspect is a part of it, but is there a reason why you would like to skip or like okay, maybe not for mobile games, but for RuneScape because I'm sure someone's gonna say this in the comments. You
For
bought
sure.
XP to skip the game. Why? Even though you have what was it, 200 days playtime, which is quite a lot in 3 years.
Yeah, 210 days playtime in 923 days had the account for.
That's a lot, or average for RuneScape. I have no clue actually.
I I don't even know what that is. I
Neither.
I, I know it's a decent amount of hours spent
Hmm.
in the game.
So what would you say against those people? Like, or why do you want to like spend money to get bonus XP or skip certain grinds? I think I know the answer, but
I find that the reason why I've spent to get to a certain area, like dungeoneering, for example, um, I spend that money because I didn't enjoy the skill at all. Like I really didn't enjoy it. This is before. I think this is before the EDs came out as well, or ED3. I didn't enjoy Diamondheim as an I think that's how you say it, as a whole.
yeah,
So for me, I just want to get that part of the game done and at least capped to a point where I'm happy. So 120, I already was 99. I think it was 100. I think it was 107 or 8 at the time,
hmm,
and I was like, I just want to get the skill done, dusted, out of the way, and I did. I saw an opportunity and I took it. And sometimes it's got to be like that. Sometimes you got to see an opportunity, and if it's something that you are happy with, then you got to take it.
yeah, that's
And
fair.
for some people like who are 5.6 and they grinded 200 mil dungeoneering, and probably thinking, oh, this guy is an absolute pay to winner. He doesn't know how to play RuneScape. I don't know how to play all of RuneScape. No, I can't play every aspect or be like a clanmate Igami who was on Prodox's podcast
Hmm.
before.
Who
He
enjoys it all?
knows that he knows the depth from in and out of the whole game itself, from learning the actual Dragonkin language, I believe, as well.
Wait, what?
To
Jesus.
yeah, I think it was on a call on a Discord call. He said that that when the quest came out, the new one. He said he actually learned little bits of RuneScape's language.
Wow. Okay.
Some
Damn.
people dive really deep into it. For me personally, I'm not a big fan of it.
Mhm.
I haven't had the time to sit down and enjoy it. I've worked full time for the last 6, 7 years, so I haven't really sat down and had the time to enjoy an MMORPG like RuneScape. So I'm
That
trying to get to a point where I'm happy and want to start enjoying the game for the part of the game I enjoy.
PVM, I assume, right? Or like skills you do enjoy.
For me personally, is AFK escape. I'm not. I can't Rago. I'll be honest. I can't Rago. I know the basics of Solak. I can ED3, just
Mhm.
not solo, or haven't attempted solo.
That's
Just
still
use a lot
decent.
of like in Nekomari. Those bosses I don't know too well, but I can AFK a lot of bosses without any issues for hours upon hours.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, that's you know, your
And
reasons are completely fair, honestly.
that's what I enjoy. I enjoy the reason I could AFK because I could do it at work. So while I was working, I could just have it running in the background and just keep playing the game, but not at the same time.
Yeah. And
And when I go home and you have your 7-man AODs with the clan, or you're doing a mass of some sort, or just messing around doing mega dumplings, you can sit down and enjoy that and just have fun and keep progressing at the game at the same time.
yeah, without worrying about like shitty grinds, because you know that's I've even spent, you know, the video I did on keys is because I wanted bonus experience in some annoying skills before maxing. Just get it over
Hmm.
with, never look at it again, and that's probably the same what you did with dungeoneering and some other stuff, I assume. Because just
Dungeoneering has probably been my biggest ever spend on RuneScape. It was the only time I've spent. I've purely focused one skill.
mm-hmm.
The main part of myself spending is to use events to my advantage, or if a bug comes out in MTX, I can find it, exploit it, which is probably not right, but
I
find
mean,
it,
yeah.
exploit it to what I want to use it for,
Mm-hmm.
and then keep carrying on with my own progress.
Yeah.
So it's not really just here, chuck $100 or 450 keys. I was like, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna spend my $150 or $110, sorry, or $15 on an event or a treasure hunter event that I'm willing and happy to spend on the difference.
Efficient spending as
But
well. Like you want at
yeah,
least
it's
worth your
smart.
money.
It's smart spending. It's smart spending.
Yeah, okay. I mean, you know, there's someone that's going to comment like, spending money in RuneScape isn't smart spending," but you know, it's smarter than just dumping your money on like the worst promotion. If you're going to spend money, get the most out of it for whatever you want, basically.
So people question me about why I spend so much money or why I have spent so much money.
Mm-hmm.
I put it down to this fact: I could be not to be not to monetize you, but I don't want to be a druggo and put that into heroin or methamphetamines
Mm-hmm.
or cocaine. I could people drug dealers probably spend, or druggos in general probably spend a lot more or just as much as people like myself who spend on games, because they want that hit, they want to feel alive.
Yes, that's
For
probably most of
myself,
the time what
for
the thing is.
myself, I want to feel gratification.
That's
It's no
similar.
different to going to a slot. It's no different to going to a slot machine, putting $100 in, and like praying that, oh yeah, I'm gonna hit this. I'm gonna hit this jackpot and walk out with 10 grand.
Yeah.
Except that with MTX in general, given some MTX is just dead money, straight up dead money. RuneScape MTX to me it's progress money. It's the wrong progress. It's not sitting down getting 5.6 AFK crystal trees for the rest of my life. But
Crystal trees,
but
dude.
but it's my way of getting a fix, but not hurting myself at the same time.
Yeah, I'd say arguably that it's better. But that's very subjective. I'm sure there's someone that watches this that goes to the casino, but they will always make money on you because they
Yeah,
how else would they survive and have massive buildings in Las Vegas and all that
I
stuff?
I went to a conference, like a work conference, and they said if you chucked in $50 a week in a poker machine for 6 months, and then you hit that one jackpot that walked out with 50 grand, it's like, yeah, I just got a huge win. Well, by the time you get to that 50 grand, you've either lost more than you've won,
Hmm.
or you've broken even barely.
Yeah, and then at that point
And
you're
that's
probably
the
addicted to like the slot machine thing.
yeah.
If you
I
spend,
don't know if you've ever been to a slot machine or you've tried it, but
I, I
it's a weird sensation.
I have done the coin shoving things, but that's just because it's funny. At like €5, that's it. You know the coin shoving that the arcade room kind of things,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I don't know, it was funny. And like shooting stuff at like the fair, with the what's it called, like an
Yeah,
air
like
rifle thing,
yeah, or
airsoft.
you have to like pop balloons with darts and
Yeah,
whatnot.
I mean I did win a shit emoji and an emo. I don't mind for like it was fun. It
Please
was
share
fun.
that on please share that on stream.
I,
Oh, on YouTube, sorry.
yeah, I'll add in an image or something. It's actually kind
Just
of
add an
cool.
image, just like, hey, here's my prize.
Yeah, and a Nemo fish. So like my little brother won that one, or like we split it. We could either
Okay,
like
it's the same feeling as well. Chucking $20 at a ball game to hoping to win the big prize,
big
or
fluffy dog
spending
do
twenty or
rabbit,
spending $20 in keys and hoping that you're gonna get huge lamps.
or 200 mil. I think the usually people go for like the 200 mil, but it's so
There's
rare.
200 mil or the 50 mil or things like that they promote. Sometimes you get lucky. Sometimes you just cut your odds and be like, all right, yeah, well, at least in the end I got EXP out of it, or even bonus EXP,
Yeah.
or even spring. You get springs too. Some Mead's gloves. I don't know if you know what they are.
Yes, I have those keepsakes. Actually, they're very cool for 120 summoning.
Yeah, you get some Smeed's gloves, and there's a few other nicks and necks too. You can actually get, I believe, you can get costumes and cosmetics as well as outfits as well for
Yes,
skilling
true.
through Treasure Hunter.
Yep, and now you can get the portable workbench, the new thing for construction.
Oh, that'd be fun. We'll wait to see how broken that is, or if it just becomes more dead content.
It's gonna make player owned house more dead.
Oh,
Because
true.
I mean, not per se, because it's still faster, but you can like do semi AFK construction now for like 500 to 600k experience an hour or more base. So that's pretty good. But
Right. So
I think the question order is like completely screwed. But
it definitely is.
I want to. So 4 and 5. So are you financially stable enough to afford the spendings on those games, and do you regret spending large amounts anywhere? Like there's two questions in one, but they
um.
like go in combination with each
Yeah.
other.
You know. Um. I am I financially stable? Some days, yeah, I spend maybe 10, 20, $30 a week.
Hmm.
Other days, like a good example, we had a event to come up on this mobile game. I spent $600, which I personally couldn't afford, but I was like, I hadn't spent for that for a whole month, so I was like, you know what, screw it, I'm just gonna do it.
Hmm.
Do I regret spending large amounts on older games and things in general? On mobile games, 100%. I regret it every time because you don't get anything back from it. It's a mobile game. You can delete it at any time. It becomes irrelevant very quickly and doesn't hold its value. So
Yeah.
I probably do. I do regret spending on mobile games for sure. But for things like Destiny 2 that I do play a lot, RuneScape, just a few like Xbox games too, they genuinely hold their value. So I don't regret spending on those. I've made some great mates, and I've also had a good mate of mine stay. I flew from Hong Kong to here, and
Whoa. Okay.
I
Holy.
actually and I it was nice. It was nice for the first couple of weeks, and then just like mates, you get sick of each other, and then fucking have an issue and then
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
sort it out, hug it out, and away you go. You're good to go.
yeah.
But
Huh.
yeah,
It's kind of wholesome
in,
again.
in
Like,
that in that in that retrospective, mobile gaming in general, I wish I could take the money back, but at the same time, I've made some good mates as well through mobile gaming. Very rare, but it happens.
that's something I wouldn't have expected personally. Because RuneScape, sure, people meet up at some point, sometimes.
Yeah,
But mobile games, like, it's
mobile games
it's
are
different.
really based around a social aspect. So you're playing it to basically become a gaming version of Facebook Messenger. You jump on to say, hey, oh, because you know that this person in the UK wakes up at 2 o'clock your time. You know, oh, cool, I can say good day to them. Because they usually get on the morning and say, good morning, and there's like, g'day, mate, how you going? And then you have a chat about your day. Like, just like a general face to face contact, like just talking. You talk to them like a normal human being, but you don't know them from a pile of soap.
Oof, dude.
But
But that's
and that's the catch of mobile gaming in a nutshell. Honestly, maybe for things like Girls Frontline or Arc Knights, I don't know. But for a lot of war games and a lot of war games actually, they they really base the game through the social aspect and calling someone um you're you're a faggot or you're just a or you're an asshole or you're just whatever.
mm-hmm.
You can call someone that and doesn't hurt you on, but later down the track, the more you play the game, and someone says, "Oh, hey, you're a shit cunt," then it starts to sink in, and then it really starts to hurt. Like it genuinely starts to hurt
Is that because you've spent money, or is it because of the time you've invested?
because it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of like talking to a normal like a good mate,
Mm-hmm.
and if something happens to them, they have an accident or whatnot, it hurts if something happens. Actually, a good example I can give is I had a gentleman. He was 24. He was 24 years old. Lived in a place called California, and he passed away with from a 2.5 year battle with cancer. And I didn't know him again a part of soap. But when he passed away, I cried. I genuinely cried because you don't know him, but you know what cancer can do to someone and their family and their relatives, and it really, really hits home.
Yeah, that could definitely, especially if you had someone in your family. I'm not sure, and that's maybe too personal, but that could definitely give you a massive emotional hit.
Yeah,
Or get that.
definitely,
Yeah,
100%. With my nan passing away from cancer, it really hit home pretty hard.
yeah.
And
I
that's
understand.
mobile gaming. I didn't know the guy from anything, but when one of his mates like logged into his account, said, "Hey, by the way, this guy has passed away." It's kind of
That's
like just the world stopped, and it's like, wow, this just that just happened. And we had a big commemoration for him. We all got our castles like poured around where he was, and we
mm-hmm.
all sent scouts to him and saying thank you and saying goodbye. And we actually videoed it, and it was on a Facebook group, and it's had something like nearly it had something nearly close to 2,500 views.
Holy
And it's
crap!
the random guy who passed away from cancer, but
On the
it
mobile
really
game.
hit home.
Yeah,
Yeah, on a mobile game, but it really hit home for a lot of people.
that's dude. Damn, there's so many wholesome things in there. Like, apart from
It's
like,
it's
it's just
it's a the best way to explain it is like a double-edged sword. There's a really good part of it. The good part of it is getting to know people. The
mm-hmm.
bad part of it is how much people spend to get to know someone.
Yeah,
In retrospect.
for sure. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. I feel like people can relate to just double-edged sword. It does make sense. You're spending money, uh,
to
a
to
lot.
getting to getting to know someone.
Yeah, that's. I think even people can relate to some of that maybe in IRL situations that are similar with large spendings. I
Yeah, or
assume.
it was no different to if you had a good mate from on RuneScape that you've known for years and years, and he ended up in a tragic car accident, you're not going to shrug it off and be like, oh yeah, right, yeah, to the next person. It's going to hit home because you've spent so much time with them, getting to know them as a person in Discord calls or even meeting them IRL.
Mm-hmm.
It really hits home if something happens.
That's what happened when, like the Old Knight, Fat Rex, those OG people that died happened. They organized an event in RuneScape where they all stand together. Like, it's similar. Very similar to
Yeah,
what you did in that mobile game.
exactly.
Damn. You want to move on from this to a more positive topic, or is there anything you'd like to...
Yeah. If you want to move on, that's okay.
So, I was gonna ask, what is your opinion on something like the Yak Track, and have you spent money on the Yak Track skip tokens, or not?
Okay. So,
Oh,
some
oh, the tone, dude.
the tone just goes from good to just absolute shit. So, my opinion on Yak Track, it's good for those who are prepared for it and have done it before, like with the fletching, the smithing, I believe there's dungeoneering, slayer, like all the different skills, herbivore, cleaning, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
The original Yak Track, I really enjoyed. It was small. It was just content to do while we're waiting for something else to happen.
Yeah.
The second one, well, it was kind of long, but it was grindy. It was nice. You could AFK it, and it didn't feel like you're wasting all your time.
Yeah.
The one just past felt like you actually had to physically live in the game 24/7.
Yes, very true.
To get to the next thing, which is like, oh, you just done two or three Slayer tasks. Go make 700 bars. It's like, how about no?
I think there was once 2,500 bows to string or whatever. Like, what the?
It's like I don't particularly want to sit there and string bows for an hour. So things like that. I have bought skip tokens. This one I skipped a whole lot because I could not be fucked with it straight up.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I can't be asked. So I just skipped what I could.
Is that you just skipped whatever you didn't want to do, or like straight up everything?
Yeah. What I mean by skipped a whole lot, I skipped. I did a few ones I enjoyed. Others I just like dungeoneering or long
dungeoneering,
like, stringing bows or burying bones. I was like, I can't be fucked. I'm just gonna move on.
Yeah. Was that expensive? Because I don't know. Remember how much they? Do you remember how much that was for the entire Yak Track, except for a few?
Like I think it was one bond. I believe was 2 skips. So 20 skips was $80, which is 8 bond. No. 8 twos is 16, so 16 times 2 is 32. So you had to buy 2 lots of bonds. So you had to spend, I think, $100, I believe.
Australian dollars.
100 you can say USD for now. 100 USD would get you the full Yak Track done.
Okay.
I felt that one was kind of pay to play, but I didn't particularly enjoy that Yak Track in general. So the first 2, loved them. Third one, not so much.
I agree. I haven't done them fully or like really paid attention to them, but the third one was grindier for sure, and it had worse cosmetics in my opinion. Just apart from the pets, maybe.
I loved the second one with the ram horns and like the space feeling around it.
Yes,
I loved that. It had the probably the best cosmetics or emotes probably out of all the Yak Tracks. The first one was kind of like a test, I reckon. Second one, they nailed it. Third one, they just absolutely fucked that sideways 10 ways of Sundays.
Yeah. I think people can agree on that. That's definitely, yeah. That's that. Oh, man.
That's my opinion on Yak Track. It's not, at the moment, it's just absolute horse crap. The second one was like just perfect. It nailed it on the head. Probably for those going for 5.6, probably absolutely loved this one that just went by because it made them force them to go into a skill that they may have to get 200 million. Like archaeology, sit there and dig 900 times. Alright, I just done this, I don't know, for 40 hours, 99. No problem. Just let me sit here a bit longer.
Oh man. Yeah, okay. That You know, since so that was too grindy, right? The third one, but what is
I
like?
found it was for me, to be honest.
I saw a lot of people upset with it, to be honest, and like
Oh
around the
really?
community. Yeah, the third one. Because the tasks were so ridiculously long. So I think that flows very well into the question: what is one thing, or maybe a couple of things? What are the things you, as someone who spends a lot of money on MTX in general and on RuneScape, change about MTX? Is there something you would add, remove?
Oh shit.
That's probably a hard question, right?
So probably with mobile games, it's that one. It's too in depth, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I could name a million different things. Probably for this one, in RuneScape in particular, I wish I could personally invest my money. If I were to spend, if they had an event just for cosmetics, like hey, um, you get like not just cosmetics, but you get cosmetics as well as I don't know, a few bonus EXP lamps or springs or something else. But
Yeah.
if it was purely based around cosmetics or things or items you can get in game, no, not probably not items you get in game, but it's probably mainly cosmetics. I would 100% spend $100 on there just to see what I could get.
You mean like a pack?
100%.
Like a pack.
Yeah.
So like
No,
two outfits,
not a pack,
lamps. Oh,
but more like. Oh, actually, no. You could probably say nearly a pack. So, like, say for 100, like, say for $50, you can get yourself five musketeer looking outfits.
mm-hmm.
um, or yeah, probably five musketeer outfits, or and something to be like to go with it as well. Something that's mainly based around the cosmetics, so you
So
can get an item,
basic.
like you can get like an item or a. How would you explain that? It's like
I think I know what you mean. Just something extra secondary that makes it not just the outfit, basically. And then
yeah,
I assume
include something with if it's like hey, spend $50 and you get three outfits and 75 keys, for example. I jump on that. I love Fashionscape a lot.
mm-hmm.
If they had packages where it's like, hey, spend X amount, you get five, you get five different costumes and 75 keys or even 50 keys,
Yeah.
and then go use that on like, that treasure hunter event or even keep them. I definitely would, definitely.
Jagex rubbing their hands right now, thinking of things to do, dude. Like, ho.
True. But no,
Uh,
like a lot of people too, like they spend just because they like Fashionscape. As a friend of mine, from Western Australia, he loves Fashionscaping, just different things, from old a replica Elite Void. Like the helm itself is so hard to Fashionscape, but he just doesn't. He just does random things from like Varrock, like replica stuff to new stuff,
huh.
constantly switching out his wardrobe, like his actual keepsakes. And I think I enjoy that part of it too. And please, Jagex, for the love of God, please give me more keepsake room.
You'll buy
I don't
them
have enough.
anyway.
I don't have enough keepsakes.
How many is their max anyway? Like 50?
It's 100. Is 100.
That was 100. I
I
remember
could.
it was
I
like
could
20.
I could easily cap out at 250. Not a problem.
Jesus, dude.
I could just think of so many different fashionscaping scenarios, and it's exciting. It's what I enjoy.
Just get a alto count, level it up, dude, and then like use it as a as a fucking
I'll end up like
poser.
that Ori. I'll end up like that Ori guy who has like 12 accounts, and they'll have one just for each different fashionscape when I cap out.
Oh, that's actually not even. That's pretty. Just multi-log them, flex them, fashionscape style.
Looking like the Three Musketeers, no problem.
Jagex likes this,
But
dude. They'll be like,
but
ching.
yeah, what I would change in MTX is where they would focus. If you had different options of where you want to focus your MTX, if it was into cosmetics, um, if it's purely into
I know what you
a
mean.
certain
More so that you
like a
choose,
certain
right? Like
yeah,
instead
you
of
can
treasure
choose if you
hunter,
want bonus EXP or if you want to choose if you want straight EXP, or if you want to go left field and go cosmetics, no problem. But
So basically more
give,
direct, right?
give, you,
So what you choose,
give you more options where you want to go.
not just treasure hunter and rune coins.
Not be like, hey, here's 450 keys, go nuts. It's cool. I could roll 450, lots of small bonus stars. Chance of it is 0. How many zeros in 1%,
Hmm.
but it can happen.
Isn't that what something you'd like to see removed? Because, or is that something you enjoy more? Because the gambling part is why some people spend a lot of keys. Isn't it better, in your opinion, if there was like buys, like you said, the outfit thing, but then instead of the
For,
outfits, you have 50 stars. I think they had a pack like that at some point. Like, it gave you
I
straight
think
up
for
stars and membership or something. I don't remember what it was.
I think for me, I actually don't mind the fact that they give you small bonus stars or small lamps or anything like that because it stops the game from becoming straight up pay to win. It's
Yeah,
like
okay.
you get, like say you get your 3 daily keys and you get a small training box, you get a small herblore EXP star, and you get a huge celestial lamp. And it's like cool. It gives me options where I want to go. It's not like, hey, I spent 3 keys and got 3 huge lamps, because that's just basically turning the game to pay to win. How I have that side of MTX, I find is balanced, and it's good. You, for me, your bonds are iffy. At the beginning, I did spend a lot on bonds
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't know the game too well, and I just wanted to get to
Best
like
stuff.
I want to get to the very top. Once you I hit all the like the tier 90 weapons and whatnot, and realized how much the tier 92 stuff was, I was like, okay, I got to really sit down and go through guides. And I did. I think I watched your video on
Dab.
Kree and how and Kree
Dab.
and how it
Dab.
was nearly 10 mil. It was nearly 10 mil an hour a couple of years ago. And I sat there and I learned, okay, I gotta either grind for this one or find out how to get it, or if I can pay for it, I would. And I
Huh.
did. I ended up buying a Noxbow, a Rexite arrows, and I think I was sitting in Pernix, like full Pernix,
Yeah.
augmented as well. And I sat at Kree.
What is it? You're saying like indirectly, my guide made you want to do Kree, like get the stuff.
Um, yeah, it gave me, it's like, okay, if I thought to myself, if I could get to this stage where I can start making
AFK money.
GP off Kree, like even AFK
Yeah.
money, I could invest that into a melee or a mage setup, and then
That
go
yeah. Okay. That
elsewhere,
makes yeah.
and then
That's fair.
expand my knowledge on what RuneScape was. The
Yeah.
beginning bit was hard for me. I actually didn't buy it. I bought very little, I think, at the very beginning. I actually grinded all my skills and managed to max in about 8 months.
Well done. That's pretty fast.
But I enjoyed that. I got to the max stage. I was like, shit, what do I do now?
You probably
And
needed
that's
money
why,
for PVM.
yeah, I think I was at that stage. I was running Shadow Glaives and Armadillo. I did buy that as well with bonds. That was back when they were like 30 mil each for a bond. But yeah, I got to that stage and I was ready for the next stage of learning of what RuneScape was. And at that stage, I think I was at Hellhounds with a Sarah Godsword passive, and I had a guy come up to me and say, "Hey, do you want to join a clan?" And
Oh.
from then on, my experience of the game changed for good. Like it was for the better.
Is that the clan we're in?
No, it's a different clan. It's called the Veggie Patch.
What?
and,
What a name,
and
dude.
and for us learning, I was combat, I think 120 or 110, I think, and we went to Greg with like 7 or 8 people, and we massed Greg and seeing who could survive the longest.
That's cool though.
And and that's what I enjoy. We like as a clan.
Social again.
Oh,
Same thing.
it was social as well. We used to laugh about. We used to be going into Discord calls, and we used to absolutely piss ourselves laughing if someone died to Greg or used a massive Indicting, if we got a drop, we'd all be screaming in Yahoo and having a good time.
Dude, that sounds like I could
And
just feel the Keck W, your laugh, just from this. I could just you can just hear it echoing like off the walls with like Greg's. There's no walls. Frick, dude.
I know, yeah, and that's what kind of got me more into RuneScape from then on in, was learning about what can I do to step up my game. And that's
Right.
why I enjoyed it. That's where I came into enjoying AFK Escape.
Is you do you AFK for experience, or is it just mainly making money, or like what kind of
Both.
goals should I think of?
At the moment, I'm going for 120 all. So at the moment, if I'm going to Cree, well, the reason I'm doing Cree at the moment is because it's AFK GP, and it's about roughly about 5 mil an hour at the moment. Prices are crashing. Being.
Sadly, ruining
but
moneymakers. SMH, dude.
But at the same time, too, I'm working on 200 mil invention, 200 mil range, 200 mil defense. Constitution already is 200 mil, so I can't get it any higher.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of knocking out goals and getting myself progress at the same time.
Yeah. Now I have to ask: have you reduced spending because you're doing so much with like hours played instead now? Like, would you, like compared to let's say last year, or like has it?
I've probably spent in the last couple of months. I probably haven't played as much. That's because of IRL issues.
Mm-hmm.
But it really hasn't. Even where I'm happy where I'm at now, and I still just play the game because I just enjoy doing stupid goals like getting 10k Cree. Just like who the hell wants to sit there at Cree and listen to the scream 10,000 times? This boy does.
I mean, Yagami did 16,000 Calfight King, so I'd say that Kree's a little more normal because it's AFKable at least.
Okay, Yagami is a whole nother level of just
That man
RuneScape.
is
He's like
insane.
he's a whole other solar system, that man. But that's what he enjoys, and that's the thing I like about RuneScape too. It doesn't matter what you do, you enjoy things from fashion scaping to skilling, achievement hunting, comping, trimming, master quest caping, whatever you want, or being an absolute god at PVM.
Yeah,
RuneScape allows you to build a character around what you want. If you want to be an all-rounder, comp, trim, master quest caping, and a god tier PVMer, mate, go for your life. Go nuts. If you want to be a level 3 skiller and you enjoy getting 200 mil wood cutting, fucking god knows why.
crystal trees.
But if you
Golden bamboo.
if you, oh god, it's terrible.
Oh
But if you
yeah,
enjoy that, some people enjoy that, and
yeah.
I
Some
think to
people do.
myself, well, you know what, you do you.
I mean, some people enjoy Euro Truck
And
Simulator. I don't
it's
understand.
really subjective. Some people, it's like old school RuneScape because I play a little bit of that as well.
What's that again? I don't know that game.
People
Sorry.
don't know what that is. Sorry,
What
it's
is that
old
game?
school.
Hmm.
But no, people love PKing, and some people like Odablock. He is like a god at PKing. Subjective to other people's opinions, but
Mm-hmm.
for me, he's very consistent, and he's just entertaining to watch and listen to as well. For me,
Is he a
I
streamer or a YouTuber?
yeah, he was streaming, but I think he got banned recently. Don't know why,
Oof.
but it feels bad, dude. But I enjoy just maxing on. I'm working on maxing on old school, and I'm enjoying that part of it. I'm not a big PKer. I'm not a huge like god tier skiller, but I just enjoy the game for what it is.
All right.
If I want to spend on it a little bit, by all means, why not?
Yeah, I've actually said that in one of my videos as well. Like, if you enjoy it and you think it's the thing, who cares? Yeah,
Exactly.
I
If
know
you're
it may be a
financing,
lot. It may be a lot in your case in total, but which it's probably it's a problem. But down to the roots, it's your choice.
for me, for myself, I don't drink. Or if I do drink, it's very rarely. I don't go out to the pub. I don't go out. I'm a pretty, you could say, antisocial person.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I stay at home. I like enjoying just the smaller things in life. I'm not a big go out, have a root, go to a party, get drunk, and then they have no idea where you are and up in Timbuktu.
Yeah, with
That's
money out
not.
of your
That's
account.
not exactly. And like next thing you know, you're like 5 grand in debt. It's like, oh fuck, where's my money? I kind of know where my money's going.
Yeah.
Mentally, I'm thinking to myself, shit, I probably shouldn't be spending on this, but it's like it's kind of like a yeah, it's kind of like a fuck it, whatever situation.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of just go for it.
It's easy to understand yet hard at the same time for me. Like I get it, but I would also
Well,
like after some time like you would change your mind about certain spendings maybe.
so
I don't know. Like
so at the beginning, I was a big spender in RuneScape. Like I mean, a really big spender.
mm-hmm.
In the probably last year and a half, I've really toned down of how much I spend. If I'm looking for a quick fix, or if I see a treasure hunter promotion, sure I'll chuck 30 or 50 bucks at the game, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going out of my way and spending hundreds like I used to. I've really toned down how much I've spent.
Is there by the way, we were over an hour. Holy crap. That doesn't matter though. But I was just wow, dude.
It could be an hour long video or
No, it can
however
be
long
as
you
long
want
as you
it.
want. It's fine.
But no, I'm happy where I am. I'm very self sufficient at the stage of where I am in the game,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why I've cut down on spending because I'm happy where I am. If I want to go for 200 mil prayer, I know how to do it. I know how to get there. I just need the tools to do it.
The GP and bones or ashes.
Or even cleansing crystals too.
Oh yeah, yeah,
I
that's true.
unlocked Brief, so I can go do cleansing crystals.
On Double Experience Weekend even.
Exactly.
Which are AFK. Again, something you like.
And even in my mobile game too, I've I've found out that I can add multiple accounts. I have made up a farm account. So before I was buying resources and things like that. Now instead of buying the resources, I'm harvesting from other accounts that I can log into and keep working on without having to spend. I can spend I can spend a minimal. I can spend $5 or $10, but I don't have to go and spend huge amounts.
That sounds like RuneScape. You know, people using alt accounts. That's pretty common as well to farm stuff for
Yeah,
the mains. That's pretty normal. I'm
exactly.
surprised that's a thing in mobile games though. But that's cool.
So I have a main account, which is like my main one I usually work on, and then I have 29 other accounts that I use as farms.
29.
29 different logins and accounts I use to work as a farm, so I can get myself the resources. And
So
at the moment, I haven't spent on that game for probably apart from last weekend, but apart from that, I haven't spent about for about a month or two, which was good because at the beginning I was just chucking money at this game, like just take my wallet and just fucking throw it out of the game.
yeah, yeah. I mean, theoretically,
So
you
you
could
find
say that that game is making you money because you're not spending it. Does that make sense? By doing an alt account, so
um
that's a good thing.
doing that way, the amount of money I've chucked in that game, I will never get that money back.
Oh,
No way. I'll get maybe a fifth of it back, maybe a sixth if I'm lucky, but the rest of it is just dead money. There's no way in hell I'm getting that amount of money back ever. And that's the thing with mobile games. You can be smart and make money, or you can be not smart and still make money but lose a lot more in the at the same time.
yeah, I know what you mean. That applies to a lot of things actually.
Yeah, exactly. And it's some people actually. There's a guy on the mobile game. He actually makes accounts for a living, and he charges for a Castle 13, which takes about a week to build.
hmm
He charges $10 USD per one, and people are buying 60, 70, 80 castles at a time.
Wow. Okay, that's
So that's 800 USD, and all he sits there is he has a script running on his account, like on his computer, and it auto builds the whole lot for him. And he sits there and does nothing. Spent the time
wow.
doing it, but he's now made a business out of the mobile game.
Ironic.
It happens.
I mean, it sounds like people, RuneScape, the silly stuff, gold farmers.
The people who's like, hey, buy Warden off me, no problem.
That too, yeah. That's. Oh, yeah, yeah. That's people buying Warden.
Yeah, well, yeah. You can people who buy Warden or do the quest requirements and things like Broken Home. What a
Yep.
fun quest that
Yep.
is, and getting the ASR.
Mm-hmm.
But
Also, back in
basically
the
in
day,
a
fire capes.
yeah, back in the day, fire capes, even killing capes too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm sure Jagus is fine. Like, at one point, I actually did kilns for a couple of my friends, and got some GP for it.
If you're doing it for a friend, then, like that's not an issue. But if you like constantly selling, if you had like advertising saying, by the way, I'm selling all 3 kiln capes for $20, and actively doing it, that's when it starts becoming a bit of an issue. If you're doing it, saying, if I chuck you 50 mil, can you help me with this kiln? No problem, I can do that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I actually wonder how they view that, because account sharing is like a vague area. Like you kind of can do it as long as you're not pushing for high scores or whatever.
It's very gray.
Yeah,
It's very grey.
I, I don't understand. So I maybe what if someone would do the kiln on your account? Like I don't know how they feel about that.
Or the broken home and the requirements for that too.
Yeah, I have no clue, dude. I really don't.
Yeah, I don't know all about that. Someone in the comments, maybe I'll be able to elaborate if they have done it or if they do it.
Yeah,
But
maybe.
yeah,
That's
that
a good one.
it could bring up another can of worms.
Mm-hmm. So, we've been recording for 1 hour and 10 minutes. Is there anything you'd like to add? Because this is normal, by the way. This is fine.
Oh really?
Yeah, I would expect it to
Um,
actually go a little longer. Or do you want to maybe talk about Twitch or?
well, where you go, so you go anywhere. Like even for yourself, I chucked what 80 or was it 70 or 80 subs during your Twitch time.
Is it bad that I don't know the exact amount? Like I should remember this, but it was the
I think it
stream
was
is
like 70. I think it was like 75 or 80. Well, 80 subs, I believe.
so. Where is it? Where is it? So no, that's a Runescape stream. Let's see. Where's the? Oh my god! Yeah, there's like a peak. That one stream made me $181. That was my,
Yeah,
and it says, why does it say 11 in paid? Oh no, wait, $167 in gifted subs, but that's 40%. I think Twitch took like how much you paid, like 500 Australian bucks for that. This is US.
I spent probably probably 500 or 600 USD. I think,
Jesus.
and then Twitch takes all of it. And you just get none of it.
Yeah, I remember
Basically.
you even like gifted another a bunch of subs, like 5 during a Catholic King Mass to get me to a certain amount or something. Or was it bits? I don't remember. Just casually.
I think it was the subs.
Oh man, that was
Like
and that's just not the
Twitch. Twitch is interesting because if you enjoy a creator, you will spend some ridiculous amounts of money.
This
is probably gonna
everywhere. Every streamer has had
yeah.
it. Every streamer has had someone spend
Bo-
like, a ridiculous amount of
And before Pokey T3 subs, by the way.
Oh yeah, Pokey.
But no, for myself, this is gonna be very controversial, but I enjoy James's content, like James Raykai.
Mm-hmm.
Some people love him, some people absolutely despise him. I actually like the content that he does, and that's why I support him for what he has. I've known him for a couple of years now, not like close, but I've known him here and there, and shit that's been said or not being said, whatever. But I've probably spent out of my own money about $6,000 on his Twitch.
That's huge.
One because I was racing with another guy for the summer modes, and then but he spent and another guy as well. Well, the same guy, he got 180 gifted subs. I have 250 on James's, and then I think that same guy has 100,000 bits. I only have 26,000. So we kind of racing for leaderboards in that way. Even though
100,000
made
bits.
yeah 100,000 bits.
Is that so? 26,000 is 2.6k, right?
Oh, roughly probably.
Like paid from your perspective. I actually let me hold up. Let me Twitch TV.
Just
buy
go
bits.
to
Get bits.
5 bits for someone.
Get bits. So 1,000. So 1,500. So 25,000 bits is 337 euros for me. Wait, that's less than I thought. So 100,000 is like 1.2k euros. So that's like 2k. I don't know. It's still huge. The amount of
it's
money.
still a big amount of money.
I mean, you know, people have cars that are only 1k. You know, admittedly, it won't be.
People
a very good
have
car,
spent millions of bits.
It's.
But Twitch is, I don't know, Twitch is interesting. You don't get a lot. You get nothing back from it. It's absolute dead money.
Well, you get something. You get interaction. Like
you get interaction, but at the same time, you're supporting. You get that feel good. You get that feel good feeling of you're meant to be good for you, but you're helping someone else.
Yeah,
achieve what they want to do, which is buying a business, owning a car, doing Twitch full time too.
Yeah,
and that's kind of why I have spent that amount on James, because I enjoy what he does.
And I think honestly though, this is gonna sound a little controversial as well. I'm not saying this because he gifted me subs, but I think that's better than spending your money on virtual experience or like levels personally, because you're. I don't know, maybe not that amount, but I think it's
doing it as a subscription is probably a better way than buying gifted subs, because gifted subs is like I don't know, smoking crack. So it gives someone that high of like, oh fuck yeah, I've got a ton of subs, but in a month's time, that sub count drops, it becomes irrelevant.
I can confirm. Hold on, let me. So February is when you gift. I had 140 subs or whatever in total.
Yep.
So after 80, 56, then I quit streaming. That's like 9. I don't know why people are still sending me money. Please stop, dude. I went up afterwards. I don't know how. 10. There's still 10 people. If it's Prime, thank you very much, people. Thank you very much. I will gladly take money you didn't have anyway. But the regular subs, I don't know why they keep subbing. I don't know. It's like
a weird flex, maybe.
So they have like a 2-year badge when I like stream once every like 2 months or whatever, and then whoa, look at this.
True.
I mean that is a factor. Well, it gets people in, right?
Or just plainly forget about it. If it's $5 a month, you're not gonna forget about $5.
You sure? I if I see €1 go off my like balance,
like
I'm gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? I'm Dutch though. That's usual. We're greedy. Like we're not greedy. We're like we like saving money. Like if there's like a way to let's say you're going to pool and there's a way of having like your children like fall below the age of 12 to get like a discount, they will try and do it even though their child's like 17, dude. They will be like, yeah, he's 12, dude. He's 12, and she's like
12.
She's like 7. Please, child discount or at a restaurant. I swear. I mean, why not, right? Like if you can save money, like. Well... I love that laugh, by the way. God damn.
So it's terrible. I gotta change it. I'm gonna cut my vocal cords out real quick.
Just swap them out, dude.
Them and just swap them out.
Mod them.
But yeah, so that's pretty much my opinion on
Twitch.
MTX as a whole. As a whole, from Twitch to mobile gaming to RuneScape, Destiny 2, Battle Passes and Fortnite, whatever it is.
That's wow, dude. That's a lot of information as well. A lot of like
genuine
interesting points. Genuine interesting.
There is genuine points, and for people who are interested or want to know, is it worthwhile spending your money on RuneScape or in, like say RuneScape for example? if you're willing to spend that amount, make sure you can afford it. If you cannot afford it, don't do it. It's my biggest tip. If you can't afford $50, if that's your fuel for the week, get to work, mate. RuneScape will be there for another week. It's not going to go away. If it does, well then, yeah, shit. Well then, this becomes irrelevant. But for now,
2 years later, RuneScape 3 dies.
RuneScape 4 when? But no, if if um if you can't afford to buy what you can, then just don't do it. You're better off putting that money towards, I don't know, food for your kids or fuel in your car, or you're just buying a Macca's burger down the road if you're feeling sad. But but if you can afford that $50 or the $100 or whatever it is, make sure where you're spending it is where you want it. If the event, use your free keys to test out the event to see how much EXP you get. If you're happy with that event, sure, chuck $10 in there, see what you can get. If you're really happy with what you got for that $10, chuck the 50 or even the 100 in there if you're a gambling person. If you're not happy with the event, just don't do it.
That's
probably what
yeah.
That's probably what I can advise people who do want to give spending a go if they can afford to.
Mm-hmm. Just don't get into the loop of treasure hunter.
No, just don't buy for the sake of buying.
Yeah.
Think about what you're buying, and then see how it will benefit you first.
By the way, Jagex loves him.
I do.
So you said like the 10 test, then maybe chuck in a 50 if you think it's worth it. You know, Jagex just loves that. They're like
Jake is like, oh fuck yeah, money. Maybe you can buy some decent servers this time.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that being said, where are they at, Jagex? I know you're making. You know, he basically paid for them. Come on, where are they at?
Honestly, I'd probably be a small fish compared to what other people have spent.
Yeah, there was a guy that spent 110K on RuneScape or something. I heard that because they got to court or like whatever.
That for me is like, what the fuck? I'll spend that in maybe 15 years time, but
it's different.
At this day and age, oh fuck no, God no.
Imagine though. That's a very nice super sedan right there, dude.
Exactly, and yeah, if you have any questions at all, you're more than welcome to hit me up on Discord, or if you want to tell me I'm a shit cunt for spending, you're welcome to as well. But if you have any like genuine questions, if you're happy to put in the comments, and I can see if people will want to answer or not.
Comments probably.
Or if you think that, yeah, or if you think I'm just, or if you think that this was a waste of time and that MTX is shit and bring back OSRS, then well, that's your personal preference in the end.
Yeah.
If you're someone who enjoys a game and grinding the whole lot from start to finish, mate, you do you. I think it's respectable. Or if you don't like a skill and you want to get that, and it's the last skill you want for maxing, go for it. If you can afford to do it, then do it. If you cannot afford it, just sit there and, well, keep going.
Yeah, well said. I think with that, we'll wrap it up here.
Too easy. Well, thank you again for getting me on. And yeah, I enjoy talking about this and just having chats in general. Maybe I might get invited to a future one, another call in the future. Who knows?
Yeah, maybe some kind of podcast, maybe about a different topic. Doesn't even have to be MTX.
True, it could be absolutely anything. As long as it's not Belle Delphine, am I right?
I mean, yo, can someone get me your like
bathwater, please?
Oh yeah, that too, please. Please just send it to we'll see. Just prove that you have it first. I'll buy. I'll have it for free, thank you. But yeah.
But yeah, thank you for having. Well, thank you for having me on, and I appreciate the time that you spent having a chat.
Yeah, thank you for your time. You were literally the best.
No, anytime, and hopefully, it brings some light to things that people hate, which is crabs.
For sure.
Maybe we will either see more or less crabs on Twitch. Who knows? But
$11, by the way. Oh, I love that meme, dude.
But yeah, I hope it brings light to a really crap area of any game or anything in general.
Yeah, it's definitely informative.
Rule number one: if you can't afford it, don't buy it.
Well said. Literally. And with that, whoosh.